that right?
Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm gonna show you pretty much completely in depth of my latest song, which is Like It's Over. I've had quite a lot of questions about it. Hopefully I'll answer some of them for you. So first things first, let's have a look at the synth in the intro. It sounds like this. So it's a cool little lo-fi sound. How I did that was I actually got the microphone and held it up to my speaker, and it got a lot of feedback. And that's how I made it. So here's the original sample. And it starts to get really bad towards the end. Yeah, we won't go too much further in that one. But as you can see, that first little bit, I thought, hey, that sounds really nice. Let's make an instrument out of it. And that's what I did. So I kind of came up with this little chord progression out of it, and let's have a listen. So this is literally what I started this song with. Yeah, so I started the song with that little chord progression. Some people like to start with the drop or drums. I'm a bit different in that I usually start with my chord progression or my melody. Sometimes I even start with like just a little texture and loop it and try and get some sounds to fit over it. So let's have a little bit further look into this. So what I eventually did is like this one here, it's literally just a Serum Sawtooth. So if we solo that, it just sounds like this. I might go into it a bit. And then layered with a respace, which is this one here. And then the other thing I had at the start was this thing here, which is Granulator, which is a cool little thing for Max for Live. If you don't have it and you've got Ableton's Suite, I think you can get it for free, but only with Suite. I might be wrong there. But how I did this, it was literally a vocal sample that from an old song that I'd recorded about 3 or 4 years ago with my sister. And we never finished it, never got used. So I thought I'd bring it back in somehow. And it worked really well with this song. So let's have a listen. It was this. So that's with Granulator. I think it's a great little instrument because it kind of glitches up vocal samples. It can glitch up drums, and it all still kind of keeps it fairly systematic. Because in with the song, all of those things, it sounds like this. It really just fits in well with the whole song and the theme. Now the other thing I wanted to show you, probably the big synth that everyone's like, "Whoa, what did you do there?" Was this one, the chorus synth, or drop synth, or whatever you want to call it. So what I'm going to do, there'll probably be a bit of lag here because I haven't got a great computer. But let's just turn off all the effects except for the EQ, Neutron 3. All that does is just kind of makes it sound a bit better within everything. But let's have a look. Let's open up the Serum patch and see what I did. So it's just a square wave and kind of like a sine wave, but it also fades out. It was just something I made. It was a bit weird. But this is what it looks like. So it's just a pluck. And then there was plate reverb and a multi-band compressor over it, or OTT. So along with the effects, I just had isotope delay. Just adds a bit of like, well, delay to it, a bit of character, a bit of room. Now, isotope Mobius filter. This is probably where some of the main beef from the sound comes from. So what isotope Mobius does is it's a phaser, but it's great. It just makes anything sound really, really cool. I just love the effect on it. So then after that, a bit of multiply, which is just chorus. And trash too, of course. Yeah, plus the bit of EQ just to filter out the harsh low sounds. Sidechain, a very heavy sidechain. I like to do that. Some people don't. I just thought it worked very well with this song. So prepare for the lag. This is the synth. And then in with the song, it sounds like this. Take it like it's over, like it's over. You don't even know her, no. Take it like it's over, like it's over. So it's kind of a background synth at this stage, but then when I got into the mixing, I kind of made it stand out a lot more, as you do. The other thing I will show you is the vocals. So just it was these two here. I spent ages trying to get something decent with these. I think I recorded it about 30 times, not even joking. Like, she thought it all through, messing with your mind just to get to you. And then into the song, she thought it all through. Yeah, so having a listen to these, I mean, let's turn off all the effects. So this is just gonna be completely dry. No effects whatsoever. Alright, so she thought it all through, messing with your mind just to get to you. So I put the auto tune on there because I went out a couple bit of times. It makes it sound a little bit more robotic, which I'm not a huge fan of, but for this song, it really worked with it. She thought it all through, messing with your mind just to get to you. The auto tune that I used was by Auburn Sounds. It's free. So this is just the free version. You can pay for a full version, but what that allows you to go do, you can kind of add little frequencies and voices to it, quantizing things with bit crushes and all sorts of things. So, but the free version's fully functional. It works great. It's actually really good. So what else did we do? EQ, compressor, it's all fairly standard stuff. Nectar, that's kind of the same as Neutron, but it's more focused on vocals. So if you open them up, you've got a few things going on here. So that one's really good. That's a good vocal processing tool. Vocal doubler, another good one, and the Neutron 3 elements, plus a bit of delay. She thought it all through. Yeah, so that's the vocals. Now for the drums, I'll show you the drums in the mixing stage. So let's head over there and I'll show you a bit more in depth as to how I put it all together at the end. Alright, so this is the mixing stage. So the way I do my mixing is basically once I think I've finished mostly with the production, I will bounce everything to separate tracks and then pop it in a completely new Ableton Live set. So that way I can focus on EQing, I can focus on compression, I can focus on pretty much anything to do with mixing, which I've been looking into quite a lot lately. So these are the drums. So let's have a listen. they're fairly basic, but drums have never been my strong point, as you'll probably tell. So it's basically just a very basic drum beat, and then when the drop comes in, yeah, so it's a basic drum beat. This thing here, which you're thinking, whoa, that sounds cool. Let's have a bit of a look at that. All this sample was, it used to be a snare. What I did is I pitched it down heaps and then added an OTT and some trash 2 over it, and I loved it. I thought it was great. Had to use it in the song. So as you can tell, it kind of features a fair bit. Even right at the very end of this song, I added it in, so... Just because I thought it was such a good feature of the song, I wanted to just drop it in right at the end. Plus it added a cool little punch right at the end as well. A couple other things I did in the mixing. You may notice that I've done here, I've put MIDI in the mixing, which is against the rules, so to say. But all that is, it was a riser, because I found that in the chorus, once it went into the next section of the song, like, oops, we might want to unsolo. I just found that bit didn't really flow too well. So what I did is I just added this little riser, and I thought it made it so much better. Take it like it's over, like it's over. You don't even know her, no. Take it like it's over, like it's over. You don't even know her, no. So that was the riser. Sometimes I add little things in during the mixing, which it's a little bit not what people do, but I do it. So anyway, this is another bit that I added in after the production. This was all done in mixing stages, which was that little synth that you heard. So there's a lot of glitching, there's a lot of chopping up there that I did, but literally all it was this synth here. So I did this, made this one in Serum. This is the original MIDI thing that I did, and then I chopped it up. Yeah, so that's how that thing was done. I thought it added so much more to the section in here, because like... Now if I turn it off, just sounds empty. So hence why I put that one in. Now what else can I show you? That's kind of it. I've shown you the drums, I've shown you the synths. Just about the only thing I haven't done would be the 808s, which, I mean, they're 808s, so they just sound like this. Nope, that's not the 808s, of course. Let's find them. Here they are. Alright. Yeah, so if we listen to that, I think it's where I sidechained the bass to the snare, so that whenever the snare hit, it would kind of roll back in and then it would hit again, and I thought it sounded great. So what else have we got? That's basically it. That's the song. Now with the mastering, you may notice I've got 2 Ozone 8 elements. The thing there is, I just used this as an EQ. It's okay. It was just like a little low pass thing. That's all I did. I didn't have two mastering things going on there. This one, on the other hand, that one got a little bit more technical. Trying to balance everything. Don't use imager on the main one unless you've got the full thing where you can solo out the lows. So the way I got around that was with the lows here, I had an audio effect rack, just used a multi-band compressor and an EQ. Basically soloed out those lows and then got the ozone imager and turned the width down to 100. So that's how I got around that. So as you can see, I did that, and then with the highs, soloed them out, made them a little bit wider. Not this one, where is it? Here. Yeah. So that's an easy way to get around that, and also to solo out your lows and to make them mono, because otherwise you get a really muddy mix. And mid-highs, you can make them a bit wider by doing that without affecting your lows too. So yeah, that was that's my mastering rack. That's what I do. Really simple. So hope you guys enjoyed. This song is out just about everywhere. So it's on iTunes, it's on Spotify, it's on Google Play, it's on Amazon. I'll be putting it up on YouTube soon. So also, if anyone's interested in even doing like a remix, let me know. Hopefully I'll be doing something along those lines and just making these files available to the public and everybody to play around with and mix with, do whatever they want. Because if they do really like the song, or if I do really like the song, sorry, I might even release it. So send me your remixes, hit me up, I'll send you the files. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned something from my very messy production and mixing. But that is how I make a song. That's how I made this song. That's how a lot of my songs are made. Just by starting with basic melody and then building. So there you go. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.
Is that right?